Good morning to all. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to solve the Advanced Computer Networks of NPTEL SWAYAM Week 12 Assignment 12, which last date is 16th April 2025. Now guys, let's start to solve the questions. You can see here this is the last date and you can get 10 questions. Now let's try to solve the 10 questions one by one. Let's start the first question. Which of the following is a key advantage of Indian overall traditional IP networking? That is the improved bandwidth utilization through the content caching. This question number 1, option A. Now you can see why you choose this option, because if you choose the first option, that is named data networking. What is a named data networking? NDN. It is a content centric networking paradigm where data is retrieved by the name rather than locations. And the options are, that is, if you choose the first options, which is the correct option, because improved bandwidth utilization through the content caching, that is NDN allows routers to cache the content in the content stores, reducing redundant data transfer and improve the bandwidth efficiency. Okay, if you choose the option B, that is an incorrect statement, because NDN provides a security through data signing or integrity via signatures, not multiple encryption layers. If you choose option C, reduced need for routing protocols, is also incorrect, because NDN still requires routing protocols to the forward interest packets based on the name prefix. If you choose option the D, simpler addressing scheme, also incorrect, because NDN uses hierarchical names, which can be more complex than IP address for a certain use case. So the correct option is option number A, that is called improved bandwidth utilization through the content caching. Now moving to the question number 2. The question number 2 is the NDN, how is data retrieved? The data is retrieved by using the name of an content. Okay, let's analyze these questions one by one. In NDN, data retrieval is based on the content names rather than the host locations. Okay, if you choose option A by specifying the IP address over the server, it is also incorrect statement, because NDN doesn't use the IP address, it uses the content names. If you choose option B by using the name of the content, this is also a correct statement, because an interest packet specifies the content name by the network retrieves the matching data packets. Okay, so if you the last two options, that is option C, you choose, this is incorrect statement, because NDN uses stateful forwarding plane, not TCP connections. And if you choose option D by sending multicast request, is also incorrect statement, because NDN uses a unicast forwarding based on the name of the prefix, not multicast. So the correct option is option number B, that is called by using the name of the contents. Now let's move to question number 3. This is a multi-choice options. Which of the following statements either are correct about the Indian architecture? The correct about the Indian architecture is routers Indians are responsible for forwarding packets based on the name prefix. And option number D, Indian enables a secure communication independent from the underlying communication channels. So option B and option D. Now let's go to the option number A. If Indians secures data at the transport layer, is also incorrect statement, because NDN secures data at the application layer through the cryptographic signature on the contents, not on the transport layer. So if you choose option C, NDN forwarding plane is stateless, is also incorrect, because the NDN forwarding plane is stateful due to the pending interest table, that is PIT, which tracks forward interest. Then the rest two options, that is option B and option D, are the correct statement, because if you choose B option, that is Indian routers use the forwarding information base to forward the interest packets based on the name prefix. And if you choose option the D option, that is called Indian security is tied to the data itself via signatures, not channel, allowing the secure communication regardless of the network. So the correct options are option B and option D. Clear? Option B and option D. Option B and option D. Okay, option B and option D. Now let's move to the question number 4. What does the interest packet in NDN do? What does the interest packet in NDN do? It requests data for a specific content name. So for option A, 4 options A. Now let's analyze the questions one by one. Explanation: in Indian, an interest package is used to request data by specifying the correct name. So if you choose the correct option, the first option, option number A, it requests data for a specific content name. The interest packet triggers the network to find the returns matching data packets. If you choose the rest of the option B, it establishes a connection with the server. That is, Indian is connectionless. It uses name-based routing. If you choose option C, also incorrect, because data packet carries the content back to the consumer. If you also choose the D, that is, it broadcasts the message to all the nodes. Interest packets are forwarded unicast based on the API. So the correct option is option A. It requests data specific a content name. Okay, data. It requests data for a specific content name. Now, question number 5. Question number 5 is asking about what information is stored in a pending interest table entry. So it stored the interest packet name, incoming interface and outgoing interface. 5 option number B. Now let's analyze the pending interest table, that is PIT. In Indian keeps tracks of forwarding interest packets until the corresponding data packets arrive. If you choose option A, that is data packet name, incoming interface, outgoing interface, that is an incorrect statement, because PIT stores interest details, not data. But if you choose option B, it is a correct statement, because PIT records the name of the interest, the interface it came from, and the interface it was forwarded to. Rest two options, that is called option C and option D, that is called option C is IP address, incoming interface, outgoing interface, is incorrect, because Indian uses names, not IP address. If you choose option D, also incorrect, because data is stored in the content store, not in the PIT. So the correct option is option number B. 5 option number B. Now let's move into the question number 6. Question number 6. Question number 6 is, how does the FIB, an Indian router, differ from the FIB in an IP router? That is, it includes the name prefix instead of IP address prefix. 6 option C is the most appropriate answer. Now let's analyze all these things. So FIB means forwarding information basics. In Indian, in IP address means IP FIB, it uses IP address prefix to the forward the packets, and Indian FIB uses the name prefix to the forwarding interest packets. Now the first option is incorrect, because Indian FIB uses names. Second option is also incorrect, because Indian FIB can support multiple interface for load balancing. If you choose the last option, that is option D, also incorrect, because the content store is separated, FIB handles forwarding. But the option number C is a correct statement, because this is the key difference. Got it now? So the correct option is option number C. It includes the name prefix instead of the IP address prefixes. Now move to the question number 7. What happens if a matching data is found in the content store and when an interest packet is received? That is, the appropriate answer is the data is forwarded to the incoming interface of the interest. 7 option number D. Now let's analyze. In Indian, when an interest packet arrives, the router first check the content store, that is called inside the cache. If the matching data packet is found, it is sent back to the interface from the which the interest is arrived. Now let's come to the 4 options. The first option is interest is discarded. That is incorrect statement, because the data sent is back. The second option is the interest retrieval. The interest forwarded to the next hop router is also incorrect, because forwarding occurs only if no match data is found in the content store. Option C also incorrect statement, because the PIT entry is immediately removed, means PIT is updated after data is sent. But the last option is option number D is the correct statements, right? So we choose 7 option number D. Now let's move to the question number 8. What happens when an interest packet with the prefix means video C matches an entry in the pending interest table, that is PIT? It goes to the option number A, that is the corresponding entry in the PIT table is updated and an interest package is dropped. 8 option number A. Let's analyze this. In Indian, when an interest package matches an existing entry in the PIT entry is updated to include the new incoming interface. Since single consumer may request the same content, and the interest packet is dropped to avoid the redundant forwarding. Now let's analyze the question options. If you choose option number A, which is the correct option, means the corresponding entry in the PIT table is updated and the interest packet is dropped. It's a correct statement. Rest of the statement means option number B is incorrect because it dropped if already in PIT. Option number C, the new entry is created in the PIT table, is also incorrect because an entry is created only if no matches exist. And the last option is also incorrect. The interest packet is retransmitted to the same hop is incorrect because no retransmission is occurs. No retransmission is occurs. So only the option number A is the most appropriate options. Okay. Now let's go to the question number 9. Which of the following statement is or are correct about the IP and NDN? IP and NDN, that is option number B, the IP packets carry source and destination address while NDN packets carry the data names. And the option number D, NDN retrieves the database on the data names without specifying the data locations. Now let's analyze these things. If you choose option number A, that is IP packets carry data names while NDN packets carry IP address, is incorrect because IP uses address, NDN uses names. Okay. And if you choose option number C, NDN retrieves data based on the source address while IP address it is based on the destination address, is incorrect because NDN uses names and IP address uses destination address. But only the option B and option D, if you choose option B, what is saying? It's saying IP packets carry source and destination address while NDN packets carry data names. It is correct statement because IP address have the source and the destination's IP address, and NDN packets, that is interest and data, carries the content names. If you choose option number D, also a correct statement because NDN focuses on the content names, not locations. Clear? So option number B and option number D. Now moving to the last question, that is in NDN, what content is responsible for matching in record interest forwarded by the routers until corresponding data packets arrived? It's pending interest table, PIT, pending interest tables. Now let's discuss these things because if you choose content store, that is catches data packets for future uses, not interest. If you choose option number B, forwarding information base, FIB, means contains name prefix for forwarding interest, not a record for forwarded interest. If you choose option number C, interest catch, not a standard NDN component, confused with the content store. But the option D is the pending interest table, that is PIT, is the correct statement because the PIT maintained a record of forwarded interest packets and their interface until the corresponding data packets arrives. The correct option is option number D. Okay. Now guys, we will try to submit the answer of this question. Please wait while the assignment is being submitted. Thank you for taking the weekly assignment time and your answers are successfully submitted. If you like this video, you can share it with your friends and colleagues so that the other people can get the benefits. And if you have any questions, any doubt, you can put your comment with our YouTube comment box. Okay. Thank you for watching my whole video. Have a great day.